represent the country. Yeah, I love the slums. Raised off in the sticks, man, it's where I come from. Love crackling cornbread, collar and corn fed. Southern by the grace of God, and when I'm gone, country dead. I ride them dirt roads, sometime to reach that destination. Ducked off in Jones Wood, it's like I'm always on vacation. Blaze up the bonfire, calling up my country folk. Just filled up that mason jar, light the pine and take a smoke. It's all good, we all fine. Big Marcus brought the moonshine. Kid Rock in the dashboard, he just shaking in the moonlight. It's something about them back roads stretching out across the county line. It takes me back to my days of young when my grandma was my sunshine. I love all the things that the country bring. Backwood riding little country lane on the front porch with my girl and kids. Cause the smell of beneath the country rain may not mean that much to some, but to me it's where my heart belongs. I'm calling on them country roads, them the ones that take me home. Country road, take me home, take me home to a backwoods creek, down along the road, sideways down that old dirt road. If it means and no headstone, at least I'll be where I belong.
Them country roads mean a lot to me. Georgia mountains, Carolinas, Cherokee, Smoky Mountains in the hills of Tennessee. If you're like me, you probably agree. It's like something good, like something sweet, like something great, like Mama's tea. Raised to be how I wanted to be. At the end of the road, the sunsets were free. Not trying to put down no city, but these country roads are so pretty. Times I feel so young for what I know, and there's no place like home. I like to hear some creek water flowing down. That's the road I'm going. Hell yeah, that's where I belong. While we're getting there, we all singing along.
Country road, take me home, to a backwoods creek, down along the road, sideways down that old dirt road. If it means and no headstone, at least I'll be where I belong. Country road.
So proudly we and it twilight like spring, whose broad stars and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembled, heaven's massive elect gave through the night, and the black was still
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm Steve McMillan along with Bryce Hunter and BJ Duvall. We're at Nashville tonight. Let's go ahead and look at these the chase standings after Knoxville. You see Robert Richards on the board top there with 1 win. Wes Wiggin in second. Keith Hackney third in points with 3 wins on the season. Bobby Hall Jr. fourth. Then you have Justin White in fifth. Daniel Worthington is 6th with 1 win on the season. Justin White with 1 win. Alex Healy there in 7th. 8th is Al Duranco. 9th, David Brackett. 10th is TJ Hanley. Ron Morris Jr. in 11th. Ed Osborne in 12th. 13th is Nathan Mashcroft. 14th, Brian Terry. 15th, you see, is Joshua Clemens and Adam Newbert. He's in the playoff standings right now at 16th. Right now, in 17th, on the outside looking in, is Travis Twitty. Josh Abbey, with 1 win on the season, sitting there at 18th. Then you got Gary Jaworski and Michael McCluley there in 20th, BJ. What do you take off of these point standings right now?
You know, there's still a lot to be had. We have a 3-way battle right now for the season championship, the regular season championship, and then in the playoffs, it's still anyone's game. As you mentioned, there are 16 drivers currently in right now in that list that you just went over. Those drivers in the playoff, they still have, I believe, 8 races in the playoff schedule to still clinch the championship.
Definitely. Plenty of time to get there, that's for sure, for things to change. From Dixon, Tennessee, truck number 5, that's Nathan Mashcroft on the board. Making a time, Gary Jaworski on top of the charts with an 18.73. Alex Healy in second there in the 97. That's a nice looking car for Alex Healy.
Yeah, definitely a new look to it. I was expecting the chicken to go on it, though, if he's going to put an animal on there, but it looks like he chose a dog instead.
Also on the track there, you see Josh Clemens from Buffalo, New York, in the 7th truck. Peyton Hubbard out on truck number 99 from Moxville, North Carolina. And Adam Newbert in the 17 truck.
And one thing here tonight is we have one of the biggest fields that we've had since the beginning of this season. Glad to see some of these drivers that haven't been racing all season back racing with us here tonight.
Well, Hubbard on top of the charts in that 99 truck with 18.69. Adam Newbert moves to second. Gary Jaworski in third. Josh Clemens and Alex Healy, your top 5 right now in qualifying. Well, BJ, this is a short track. You would say a little bit technical.
Yeah, that is for certain. You know, Nashville Fairgrounds, I've had one race here before, and it is honestly a very tricky track. It looks, if you look at the track map on it, it looks the same on both ends of the track, but then when you're out there on the track, it really doesn't feel the same on both ends of the track. So it's like you're mastering two different tracks going from one end to the other. So I expect a very exciting race. I expect multiple lanes of racing, side-by-side battles a lot here tonight. It's going to be some good racing.
Well, right now, only 8 drivers have taken time so far. Everybody else is sitting in the pits. Josh Clemens is making some laps around. Currently sitting at 4th position. Well, Bryce, give us a race rundown tonight.
Yeah, so these drivers are going to be racing around Nashville Fairgrounds 150 times. Fuel strategy, or the stage break, is on lap 50. And they have 5 tire sets, 4 on pit road. And then the fuel run, I doubt that we would see this, but fuel runs tonight was from 69 to 74 laps on a tank of fuel tonight, Steve.
All right, look at Proctor there making a statement, hitting that inside or outside wall at the flag stand when he came out for qualifying. That's one way to make your entrance onto the track.
That it definitely is. I think he's trying to send a message to somebody, hey, I don't think this track's wide enough. Let's make it a little bit wider here. Then rolls on for a second lap here in qualifying. See, sits 9th quick after the first lap he puts down. Second lap looks like it's not going to count for Akamai.
Now, one thing here too, BJ, since you know and since you raced here, you know in turns 1 and 2, getting down on that yellow line, it's actually not where you want to be. You want to be at least 1 lane up, because the bottom line right there is flatter than the banking, and the car just bounces all over the place, does not want to turn.
Well, I'll put it this way: the last time I raced here, I avoided going to the bottom. I won't lie. It scared me after the first 2 times I spun out. So I went to the high side the rest of the race. Yes, I said twice.
Hey, I don't blame you there.
All right, now on track from Woolwich, Maine, it's David Brackett. Also on the track is Daniel Worthington in the 113 truck from Rome, Pennsylvania. David Brackett goes 5th quick on the board. Justin White also coming on the track now, the number 2 truck from Athens, Tennessee. And here is CJ Mason. CJ Mason at 21. That's the sharp-looking 21 tonight.
I can't tell if those are like tiger print, but whatever it is, I like it. But he's already in the wall.
With 3 wins on the season from Calhoun, Georgia, truck number 69K, it's Keith Hackney. Keith Hackney on the track now.
Those wins locking Keith into the playoffs. He's going to be looking for a good run in the playoff season. He's kind of out of it now for the regular season championship, but he does still have a chance on the overall championship with the playoffs. We'll see what he can do here tonight, see if he can get himself another win. Out on track now, we have Alan Duranko in Somerset, Wisconsin.
I wouldn't count Hackney out for the regular season championship. Even though he's still a little bit further back than for 3rd and 2nd place, he still has a shot. I mean, he can win this week, win next week, and he's right there and battling for the championship in Daytona. So it can get real interesting real quick.
Well, making an appearance back at truck number 44 from Jacksonville, Illinois. It is Brad Gebhardt. Brad Gebhardt in the 44 truck on the track. There's Keith Hackney back out on track. Also coming onto the track, the sharp-looking number 1. That's Josh Abbey. Josh Abbey in the 1 machine here tonight. He's been taking some time off.
That's what I was about to say. It's been a while since we've seen him on tracks. Good to see him back out there again in that number 1 machine. Travis Twitty out on track right now, though. He's going to be one of the stories of the night. Keith Hackney goes quick time, but Travis Twitty. He's going to be one of the stories of the night. There's been a little bit of a rivalry going on between him and Keith Hackney ever since the race at Dover. I look forward to seeing if maybe Twitty tries to get a little payback here tonight.
Well, he got to qualify a little higher. Let's see what he does. Not. You got to get out there with him. You know, that's rivalries. You got to be right there, you know, from start to finish.
However, that is true, but sometimes rivalries take place at the most random times as well.
That's true. From Athens, Pennsylvania, truck number 94, the Earl Shop. It is Bobby Hall Jr. on the track. 18 trucks have taken time. Also on the track, in the 08 from BJ Google.
Waxahachie, Texas. I'll Google it to make sure. How to pronounce.
I think he has his finishing order for the last couple of races there.
There he goes.
Woodware Technology, 23. Coda, D-Not start. Dover, 6th. North Wilkesboro, 5th. Not bad.
TJ Hanley goes 17th quick. Yeah, we had to Google it last time to say, look at that. Bobby Hall Jr. to the top of the chart in the 94 truck. You know, and I want to say, wasn't 94 in one of those tombstones? It was.
Yeah, I think it was.
He took my advice. Rivalry, you want to start next to the guy you have a rival with. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
He took the pole position.
And if I remember right, that's 2 weeks in a row that he is starting beside Keith Hackney. Last week it was Hackney and Hall, and this week it's Hall and Hackney.
Driver still to qualify. Looks like the 3 truck of Jason Collins, Brian Terry, Michael McClooley, Taylor Peacock, Wes Wiggin, Ed Osborne, and Jason Bridges have not taken a time. We got 41 seconds on the board.
And there is 5 drivers tonight, actually 6 drivers tonight that are not going to be taking laps. There you have Ed Osborne, Wes Wiggin, Taylor Peacock, Jason Bridges, and Brian Terry. And Jason Collins is running race control tonight. So those drivers will not be taking laps tonight. The first 5 are due to league rules.
Cool. On another note, it is Waxahachie.
Waxahachie. There you go. You did. I just didn't want to say it wrong, so I was like, Google.
I'll say it wrong. I'll say it wrong, and then I'll Google.
I almost said, Alexa, how do you say this? But, you know, Alexa's in the other room, so.
Just yell loudly, she'll respond.
Normally she does. All right, qualifying over with. Take a look at your race results there on the board, if they come up. And it looks like it won't. But Bobby Hall Jr. But look at this, though. Hold on. I might get it now. Hold on. Let's see if this works. It's working now. Bobby Hall Jr., Keith Hackney, Peyton Hubbard, Adam Newbert, Gary Jaworski, your top 5. Here's your starting lineup for the Nashville 150 and on the pole, the Earl Shop Flex Motorsports truck number 94. It's Bobby Hall Jr. to his outside. He shows no love. It's Team No Love. Turn number 69. It's Keith Hackney.
Row number 2 on the inside from Hubbard Racing 99. It is Peyton Hubbard. To his outside, he hails out of Georgia. It's the 17 of Adam Newbert.
Starting 5th tonight, Gary Jaworski drives the 18 machine to green. On his outside, Alan Duranko drives the 4.
In row number 4, in the 44 truck, it's Brad Giphart. And to his outside, this is Box Motorsports. Truck number 2, it's Justin White.
Shine Racing number 1 on the inside of row number 5. It's going to be Josh Abbey from J2R, the number 7 of Josh Clemens.
Starting in row number 6, we got Travis Twitty from High Side Hustlers in the 29 machine. On his outside, hailing from Carolina, we got CJ Mason in the 21.
Rode off on your 7th row tonight. Team New England, truck number 38 is David Brackett. And to his outside, the Bolt Sitter's teammate, into 113, the Flex Motorsports truck, it's Daniel Worthington.
Regulator Motorsports number 97, Alex Healy, will be on the inside of row number 8. To his outside, Ron Morse Racing. It's the 76 of Ron Morse Jr.
Starting in row number 9, hailing from Carolina, driving number 48, we got Robbie Richards on his outside from THR. We got TJ Hanley in the 08.
It rolled off on your 10th row tonight. In truck number 5, it's Nathan Mashcroft into his outside, the High Side Hustler Motorsports. Number 9, Akamai Proctor.
Row number 11 on the inside. Our grid shows a little bit off. Josh Collins is actually in the booth, so that's going to move Taylor Peacock to the inside of row number 11. To his outside is going to be Ed Osborne in 42.
All right. Michael McCauley starts 24th on his outside. Jason Bridges on 34.
We just totally messed up that one.
Yeah, I did.
So Michael McCauley will roll off 23rd, not West Wiggins is outside. And then your final row would be Brian Terry to 31, and to his outside, the High Side Hustlers. Truck number 34 is Jason Bridges.
Yeah, with Jason not spawning in there, it was kind of throwing me off there for a second.
So, who's your picks?
I'm going to go with my pick that I chose on this week's Bluegrass Race Hub. I'm going to go with second place starter, starting on the outside of the first row, is Keith Hackney.
You know, nobody ever really picks him. I'm going to this week. I'm going Adam Newbert for 17.
I'm going to go with Bobby Hall Jr. And you know what? That pace car is looking in. And you ain't going to believe this, but Barney's fixing to yank and wave that green flag. We're racing here at Nashville. Look at Keith Hackney getting to a yanking good start there going into turn number 1.
Keith Hackney takes the early race lead right off the bat out of turn number 2 down back straightaway. He's off to a 4-car length lead already over Bobby Hall Jr. Looking a little further back, we've got side by side between Alex Healy, I believe it's 76.
That's Ron
Morse Jr. Yeah.
Oh, we got trouble already on the backstretch. Geo9's around. 08, excuse me.
TJ Hanley playing victim to our first caution of the night. Let's take a look at your instant replay. Coming out turn number 2 there. Peacock looked like he got a little loose, pushed up into Hanley. We'll rewatch that at a different angle, see if we can find out what happened.
TJ Hanley claims the caution, receives the penalty for it as well. He's running a high side there. You got Taylor Peacock on his inside. Looks like he just gets loose and comes down across the 80. Yeah, the 81 of Taylor Peacock.
There's nowhere for that 81 to go. Since the 88 crosses over, it's nothing the 81 can do.
Amazing how it changed the camera angles, how things look totally different. Well, that's right. TJ Hanley claiming that caution, getting sent to the rear. Right now, your race leader in a 69 truck. It's Keith Hackney. Bobby Hall Jr. is second. Adam Newbert, Peyton Hubbard, and Gary Jazorski. Your top 5 here at Nashville. Well, guys, 50 on lap number 50 will be the stage break. And, you know, he teased us with a new paint scheme. We haven't seen it yet. I think he should throw it out there. I mean, you know, go with it. I mean, we already had tombstones. Hell, what else? What could be worse?
I got a feeling that he's going to wait for Daytona to actually unveil that paint scheme that he teased us with, because Daytona is one of those any man's game kind of track. You know, if you get the right place at the right time, you're going to make up a lot of positions. So I expect him to unveil that paint scheme there. We can have all the drivers that he may or may not end up with on his car.
Well, I'm kind of disappointed.
I hope it's just better than his headstone scheme. That's all I.
Well, no, I'm disappointed.
He's going to bring one. Just bring it better.
I mean, the paint scheme I'm disappointed in is the 97 truck.
The fact that he's got Bowser on it and it's a dog instead of a turtle, and he doesn't have
the Ass Blaster 9000.
He doesn't have the chicken on it either. That's in his picture. Chicken helmet.
They don't
That's what I
have
would.
the sponsor. I'm now blown. My night's ruined because of that. We're fixing to go back green flag racing. The pace car is into the infield or into the pit lane. The field's in the hands of Keith Hackney. He's on the lap pedal. We're back to racing on lap number 7 here at Nashville. Good start for Keith Hackney. Bobby Hall Jr. claims that second spot there, 2 wide. That's Adam Newber and Peyton Hubbard. Side by side, Hubbard on the outside in the 99 as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 17 battling hard on the inside. The 99 on the outs. They come out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Give it to Hubbard at the line for that 3rd place.
Track's already filing out to about what I had expected. A lot of side-by-side racing. Everybody falling into line. Oh, the 18 extremely loose, hard into the inside wall. Caution flag waves once again.
Tough luck there for Gary Jazorski.
Sounds like Jazorski claiming that one as well. Kind of hard not to. I mean, nobody was around him. Nobody touched him. Just down the track, hard into that inside wall. Car remarkably clean, though. 9 car getting involved in that from the checkup. 44 as well. The second incident due to the checkup is under review. I expect that one to go nowhere with the review because it was caused from the checkup. Bobby Hall Jr. from 2nd place down the pit road already.
That's going to move up Peyton Hubbard up to that 2nd spot. Newbert now takes over 3rd. Alan DeRocco and Justin White, your top 5. Josh Abbey, CJ Mason, David Brackett, Josh Clemens, and Rod Morris Jr., your top 10 here at Nashville. And then you have Travis Twitty, Nathan Mashcroft, Daniel Worthington, Alex Healy, and Robbie Richards, your top 15. Then Taylor Peacock, Wes Wiggin, Michael McCluley, Ed Osborne, and Jason Bridges, your top 20.
So, Adam Newbert, the side of his truck, if you look at it quick, it looks like it says Stick With It Motorsports, but it says Sick With It.
Well, sometimes you gotta stick with it.
It's not even a with it, it's sick with it. I don't know what he's sick with, but he's sick with something.
Well, you know what? I mean, maybe he got... Never mind.
Shh, Steve. Keith Hackney going to choose the outside once again here.
Tasha says that new paint scheme for the 69 is going to be a game changer. Well, we're ready for it. We're ready for this game to change. Wink, wink.
Sure.
Me and Tasha are going to be good friends by the end of this season.
I can see that.
Well, yeah. If you listen to the Bluegrass Race podcast, we talk about Keith Hackney's most recent schemes, and looking forward to see what he has for us again.
The base car to the inside, into the pit lane, and we're back to racing. Keith Hackney, good start there. We're at 69K. Peyton Hubbard in that 2nd spot there. You look at the 4. That's Alan DeRocco on the outside. He will take over 3rd for him. Adam Newbert. And then you look at Josh Abbey working outside of Adam Newbert into turn number 3. Side by side out turn number 4. We're coming to the line. We complete lap number 13.
Now, one thing, too, here, Steve, is you see the 17 is right there, or you start on that bottom line. See how bumpy that bottom line is. So he gets super tight as he gets turned in the wall. Like I was saying, super tight.
Well, there goes my pick.
Well, this is the problem. I mean, you see Josh Abbey there. A lot of cars, trucks involved in that incident. Let's take a look at your instant replay. And I'm going to bet there is something there that could have been done maybe a tad different. We'll take a look at it in just a second here.
Woo! From there, it looks like Josh Abbey up into the corner of Adam Newbert. I don't know.
I think the 17 got tight off of 2 with hitting those bumps.
Come right across his nose.
You know, that's what I was talking about earlier. Is how bumpy turn 1 and the exit turn 1 is. You hit those bumps at the wrong angle, the wrong speed. You're gonna shoot right up to the wall, and that's exactly what happened in the 17 of Newbert.
So let's watch this now from the back, a little further back. So the wreck's already happening. We're not checking up.
Why check up?
We caused a parking lot on the back straightaway.
Why check up? Why check up?
Tasha said, hell yeah, we are. Go check out his profile later with his video of his new paint scheme for tomorrow's race. Oh.
So typically, Steve, you're the one rolling off with news about the Pro Series race, but I'm taking a look at it now, and leading heat number 3 right now is Travis Sinclair over Dylan Yeager, and I gotta say, I am happy about that one. I'm a Travis Sinclair fan.
Yeah. Well, the trucks are making their way back on track, so Travis Sinclair leading heat number 3. And I believe they're probably having 3 heat races tonight. Do you know who won heat race 1 and 2? He has no clue.
No, I have no clue how many heats there are. I just took a look at it. First time I've looked at it tonight, I have no idea.
All right, the pace car off into pit road. The lights are still on the pace car, so I doubt we're going green this time. The pace car is going to have to make it back onto the track. It's a little bit of scoring issues going on there. There's the pace car. The lights are back out, so we should be going green next time by.
Now these restarts are going to get more and more interesting as the night goes on. But as we saw with the 17, that bottom group in turn 1 and 2 is a hard line to be in, so you don't want to be on the inside of these restarts.
All right, the field's in the hands of the 69 trucker, Keith Hackney. Look at that 21 CJ Mason starting on the second row outside for this restart. We're back to green here at Nashville. We complete lap number 19 on lap number 20. Good start for the 69. Hayden Hubbard in that second spot there with Alan Duranco. But look at here comes CJ Mason trying to battle on outside. Mason in the 21 machine, doing a good job there. There is David Brackett in the 38, and Robbie Richards in the 48. In the playoff standings right now, he's leading the charge. Taylor Peacock there in the 81. Then you have Rod Morris Jr. in the scruffed up 76 machine there. And the 88, Wes Wiggin looking to his outside. Wiggin will take over 8th. As Morris falls back tonight, there's Michael McCluley in the 15 machine. Alex Healy, he's right now in the 18th spot. Jason Bridges. But right now, the races, Josh Abbey, Adam Newbert, Josh White, Gary Jazorski, and Brad Gebhardt.
You know, you mentioned Robbie Richards, the one leading the way right now. It's actually a tie for the points lead with Robbie Richards and Wes Wiggin. At this point in time, it's who can finish the highest in this race to see who's going to take the points lead at the end of the night. Robbie Richards had a bit of a monkey on his back here lately. He's got to be looking for a good run here tonight. Try to take that points lead a little bit further and get it back away from Wes Wiggin right now. And right now he's doing what he needs to do in that number 48 machine.
Hey, Robbie's, he's been, like you said, been struggling a couple weeks now, but like you said, he just needs to keep calm, not mirror drive, and race his race, and he'll be walking away with a little bit more of a lead here.
As you look at off the front straightaway, you look at Keith Hackney now coming to the start-finish line. Peyton Hubbard having some connection issues right now. In the 99, So that's going to move Alan Duranco right now up to that second spot. CJ Mason in third. Hayden Hubbard looks like he got it under control, but he shows some damage on the nose of that truck, or the hood right there, and on the door, BJ.
Yeah, a little bit of damage across that truck, but the good thing for Peyton Hubbard right now is that this is not really an aerodynamic track. The aero's not going to affect him quite as much, especially if he can get closer to the trucks in front of him or get a truck right behind him. It's not going to affect him quite as much as it normally would on a 1.5 mile or bigger tracks. His little tracks like this one here, tighter turns, not as high speeds. It's all about driving at these tracks here. It's not as much about, you know, getting the draft, getting the pull, just staying smooth on the wheel. You know, pick up your spots. Damages aren't going to affect you quite as much. Just make sure your temperatures don't get hot. And I think right now he's in good shape.
That's exactly right there, BJ. But one thing too, if you get damage on the quarter panels, even on short tracks, they can make you aero tight and make the truck drive a little bit worse than it needs to be. So just keep that in mind too.
That is true.
Know from experience.
Riding on the back of the 48 of Robbie Richards. Oh, that's tight there. Taylor Peacock at 81. He loses the spot to Robbie Richards.
It looked like he might have got the wall just a little bit there down the front straightaway in the number 81 machine. It cost him a little bit of time, but he's still right there at the back of Robbie Richards. But Richards moves into 5th with that, with no pressure from behind right at the moment.
To the 69, and Keith Hackney is now up to a 2.5 lead, catching up on lap traffic, as we saw. Excuse me. If you watched the Dirt Series last night and the Wotel, lap traffic can be a factor here. The more lap traffic you come up on, the gives more opportunity for second and third place to catch up to you.
Well, you know, right now talking about it, last night at Williams Grove on the dirt side of Wotel, Blake Majulis won the feature race. Well, he's leading heat race number 4 at Williams Grove in the iRacing Buck Kicker World of Outlaw Series. But there's Keith Hackney as that lap traffic is starting to close in a little tighter to him as he goes into the turn number 1 there.
Yeah, but you see the 113 has a little bit of damage on his nose. Probably a little bit of hole in the front of his nose. A little bit. He's probably really aero tight. But it's smart of him not to race Hackney right now. Let Hackney go by. Because he's a big damage on the front end of 113.
Definitely. Now Alex Healy in danger going a lap down. Look at Keith Hackney. The speeds on that truck down the back straightaway into turn number 3. 119. DJ Hanley now going a lap down. Next on the sights, looks like it's going to be Jason Bridges and the 5 and Nathan Mashcroft. These are battling side by side out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
It was just 13 laps to go here in the stage. Hackney putting car after car a lap down right now. He's got to be hoping that these two single file it out to let him by. It's going to allow CJ Mason and 21 to catch up if they don't. Right now, there's a sizable gap and 2 cars in between them, but that gap could close very quickly if the 2 trucks in front of Keith Hackney do not separate, do not give him the room to get by, and it looks like they are not. He had a look to the outside of the number 5, Nathan Mashcroft, but it just closed very quickly. Here comes CJ Mason. The gap closing very quickly, splits the difference inside of Mashcroft and to the outside of Jason Bridges.
Yeah, it was very difficult for the 69 of Hackney to pass those lap cars. So, you know, that's within their right to fight for their lead lap position. But now will CJ Mason have to fight that hard as well?
Well, CJ Mason battling to the inside of Nathan Mashcroft. There is Alan Duranco to 4. He's trying to get around the 34 of Bridges. There's Robbie Richards getting around the 113 of Daniel Worthington. David Brackett currently sitting at 5th right now in that 38 machine. He's up 8 spots. Robbie Richards is up 13. But right now, tied for hard charger is Taylor Peacock in the 81 and Wes Wiggin. Both have passed 17 trucks tonight, and they're running 6th and 7th on the board.
17 positions is a wide margin here at Nashville Fairgrounds, especially for this early in the race. It's a good job with Taylor Peacock and Wes Wiggin to be able to do that. As we see the battle, or it's not a battle for position right now. The leader of Keith Hackney is able to pass Akamai Proctor. And now is that Brian Terry, or can't tell who that is.
That was Ron Morris Jr. Keith Hackney just put another lap down.
Nope, there it is.
So he's lapped up into that 16th spot. 15 drivers stay on the lead lap as we're on lap number 44 here at Nashville. You're watching Ultimate Dirt TV live on YouTube and Facebook, simulcasted live on the Bluegrass iRacing Series Facebook page and YouTube, and simulcasted live on dirtfan.com. Make sure to like and follow button. Catch us live with the Bluegrass iRacing Series Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays every night of the week. Not every night. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I lied. Of every week. That's how I should have said it. Anyway, coming to 4 laps to go to the stage break. Keith Hackney, the 69 truck, now puts, that is the 30 wad of Brian Terry, a lap down. 14 drivers on the lead lap, but not very long as Akamai Proctor is fixing to lose the lead lap out of turn number 4.
Brian Terry, very faithful member of this league. And, you know, one thing to keep in mind, yes, I know we've only got 4 laps to the end of the stage now with Keith Hackney leading, but he currently sits 3 cars from putting Travis Twitty a lap down. Can't help but wonder if Twitty isn't going to play a little defensive when Keith Hackney gets up to him. If he gets up to him in this stage, I don't think it's going to happen. Not quite enough time to do it, as there'll be 2 laps to go once he comes out of turn number 4 this time. But that is definitely one thing to keep in mind. You know, we only have 2 stages in this race, lap 1 to lap 50, and then right about lap 55 to the end of the race whenever we go back green. If he can catch up to Travis Twitty and put him a lap down, is he going to play defensive against Keith Hackney?
I mean, he could. I mean, you look at it, coming to complete lap number 49. Right ahead of Keith Hackney is the Josh Clemens in the 7 truck. Clemens running up middle line. Josh Clemens currently running 19th, and ahead of him is TJ Hanley in 13th, and Bobby Hall Jr., your pole sitter tonight.
And coming home with the stage winner is going to be Keith Hackney. He will receive that one all-important bonus playoff point with 10 points on the season. Going down the list, CJ Mason, Robbie Richards, Alan DeRonco, David Brackett, Taylor Peacock, Wes Wiggin, Peyton Hubbard, Michael McCooley, and Ed Osborne. All of those drivers receiving bonus points for the stage. Well done by Keith Hackney. What a run to come home with that stage win. Massive lead over CJ Mason.
Yeah, definitely is. He's living up to my pick. And yeah, I need to do good. So I need to beat Healy this week in the podcast. So thank you, Alex. Or Keith, excuse me.
Well, Keith Hackney coming down pit road. There's CJ Mason, your top runners, making a pit stop. The drivers up front there, they're a lap down or more, trying to get one of the laps back.
So who did Alex Healy pick then?
Let me see. He picked Justin White, who was in the pits for, I believe, some damage. So he's 31 laps down.
You know, I'd have to be that guy to put some confidence in myself and pick myself, but I guess he has a different opinion of it. Akamai Proctor and TJ Hanley did not pit that time. Keith Hackney first off pit road. It's going to put him in 3rd. It looks like everybody's going to take tires and fuel when they come down pit road this time. No surprise there. This track's very rough on tires. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Bryce. Go ahead.
Said Alex Healy, he was telling me that he's wanting to pick himself at a different track. So that's why he didn't pick himself today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
DJ Hanley and Akamai Proctor bring it down pit road this time.
Well, Keith Hackney, how's it going out there?
You know, it's on a Sunday cruise right now.
Sunday cruise. Congratulations, winning on stage. How's the track coming in, or in the truck? How's both of them coming in?
Track is very tricky, man. Right in the center of the corner, it's really bumpy. More on turn 1 than it is turn 3. But if you don't hit it right, the ass end of the truck will slide out from under you. And I had it come out from under me about 3 times, and I had to back out of it. And once I realized the lead I had, I was just taking it easy at that point.
Understand that. So, what's your strategy for the rest of the race?
Well, I mean, we can stay out of trouble and keep some green flag laps going here. I'm gonna just try to pull away again, and that way, I can take it easy later on in the run. I was just paying attention to my fuel, but with those cautions, it really helped out there. So I don't know what's going to happen here. If we can stretch out this fuel a little bit longer, we're going to try. If not, then we'll see what happens.
All right, congratulations, stage win. We'll turn you back down there in Team No Love.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see if I can find it. All right,
So,
I found it.
Good job, Steve. Proud of you.
I was looking forward to it, but you beat me to it.
But one thing I want to bring up is there's definitely no love for Keith Hackney in this field. Last week, we had Akamai Proctor have a sticker regarding Hackney. Hackney has some headstones, some drivers in this series. There is absolute no love for Keith in this series at all.
Oh, there's plenty of love. Let me tell you, if your neighbor's on his car, you are really loved. I'm just going to tell you that.
Different perspective on looking at it, I guess.
Yeah, it's like free advertisement for yourself.
Just
There
think of
you
it
go.
this way: out of sight, out of mind. If it's in sight, it's in his mind. As we're back to racing here at Nashville, going into turn number 1, Keith Hatton started to pull away from CJ Mason. There is the 4 of Alan Duranco looking to the outside. Oh, Mason got a little tight there. It looked like got into Duranco's nose there a little bit. No harm, no foul. We stay racing. Coming out turn number 4. We complete lap number 57 on lap number 58. Look at Taylor Peacock up 18 positions. Currently running that 5th position. Wes Wiggin also up 18 positions. He's in that 6th spot. And Michael McCluley up 18 positions. Currently running in 7th. Ed Osborne currently running in 8th. David Brackett in 9th. And TJ Handley, your top 10 here at Nashville.
And you have Travis Tweedy in 11th, Akamai Proctor in 12th, Bobby Hall Jr. in 13th, and rounding out cars on the lead lap is 14th position of Ron Morse Jr.
Everybody now starting to single file it out. Look at the damages to the front of. Not real sure
That's
who that
David Brackett.
is.
Bracket.
Bracket. A lot of damage to the front of Brackett's machine right now in that 9th position. But you notice he is staying right up on the back bumper of Michael McCooley. He's not really letting him get away. That just goes to show right there that the damages, the aerodynamics are not really affecting it a lot here on these shorter, tighter tracks. You mentioned it could be making it tighter. It could be making it a little bit looser, even depending on how those damages are playing out on the truck. It's not affecting the speed of these guys in any way, shape, or form, so that is very beneficial for quite a few of these guys.
The 99 of Peyton Hubbard is starting to have his issues again. They're warning him to either fix it or get off the track here tonight.
And he's gone. And back. Connection issues with Peyton Hubbard. He was a front runner, but you look at the 69 truck. He's way out of front and here at Nashville. There's the 21 of CJ Mason having a really good run tonight. Alan Duranco in that Ford machine. And there is Robbie Richards currently sitting in that 4th spot. You got to say, Robbie Richards is having a run of his life right now.
Yeah, definitely back up to where he's been wanting to be. He's had that monkey on his back. I mentioned it earlier. He's not been, even when he's gotten the good runs, it's not been ending well for him. He usually gets involved in a wreck or even 2 throughout the night, ultimately not finishing the race the majority of the last few weeks. Right now, he's sitting in good position to get that point slid away from Wes Wiggin once again. As we talked about earlier, dead tie between those 2 drivers. Wes Wiggin sits 2 spots behind him right now, within striking distance. If Robbie Richards makes a mistake or if Wes Wiggin saves his tires well and is able to catch up to him. Right now, Robbie Richards taking a look at the back bumper of Alan Duranco, looking for an opportunity to get by him and increase that gap between him and Wiggin.
As we see further up, the leader has already caught lap traffic. Looks like he's caught the rear end of, believe, it's hard to tell who's battling, but like you said, yeah, all he's doing right now is Robbie Richards right now is just waiting for the 4 of Alan Duranko, the 21, to make a serious mistake. One mistake, and that gained him 2 positions.
As you're looking now, off of the 21, CJ Mason as Alan Duranko pulls side by side with him, going into turn number 3. You see how much Duranko's bouncing there into the turns.
Yeah, that's a good display of what I mentioned before this race. Top line, bottom line. There's going to be 2 very racy lines, on this track, if not more. Because drivers running that bottom line, they'll have that rough patch to deal with. It's going to slow them down. Drivers running the higher side, it's going to be a little bit smoother to be able to carry a little bit more momentum, but it's a little bit further around the track to run the higher side. So it creates a really good battle between the top and the bottom. If you can make the bottom work and you can hold on to it, you have good opportunities for passing tonight.
Absolutely, but with the second, third, and fourth place truck drivers starting to battle it out, that allows the 69 of Keith Hackney to pull back out. He's out to a 3 and a 10th second gap.
Well, there's Hackney. Hackney coming out 4th. There is Alan Duranko now coming out of turn number 4. Alex Healy, another lap down in the 97 truck. Now look at Robbie Richards to the inside of CJ Mason there. Give it to Robbie Richards for the 3rd spot. CJ Mason falls back to 4th. Taylor Peacock in the 81, currently sitting in 5th with Wes Wiggin in his hip pocket. A lot of good racing going on there. You see Michael McCluley battling with David Brackett. That's a battle for 7th and 8th on the board. There's Ed Osborne by his lonesome. There's TJ Hanley in the 08, currently running 10th. There is Travis Twitty at 11th. Bobby Hall Jr., your pole sitter tonight, made an early pit stop in the opening stages there. Falling back to the rear, had to work his way up. There's Akamai Proctor, currently running at 13th. Ron Morris Jr. in the 76, currently 14th. There's Josh Clemens in 15th.
Currently all the way up to 10th place is right there in striking distance of being a lap down. 13th place is the last car on the lead lap, but they're all very close to being another lap down from Keith Hackney right now. One thing of note, Michael McCooley, if he picks up one more spot, that'll put us 3 drivers in a row that are up 18 positions with Taylor Peacock, Wes Wiggin, and then Michael McCooley currently sitting 17 spots to the good. Those drivers are all doing a very good job tonight, working their way through the field, keeping their truck clean, doing what they need to do. The number 76 of Ron Morris Jr. calls out a pit stop this time by. Could that be the first of our green flag pit stops underway, Bryce?
So we're only on lap, 27 on this stint, and they can go all the way to 69 or 74. So I don't know if they're coming down pit road to get, if that's a purpose he timed out pissed off or strategy wise, or if that's something he has damage or a blown motor or an issue going on.
That's definitely something to consider. Pitting now would mean the drivers could make it to the end of the race based on those numbers if they save just a little bit. So if a driver wants to short pit and then work their way to the end of the race, have all that opportunity on fresher tires at the beginning of the run to try to get caught back up as much as they can, it's a valid strategy at this point. My personal opinion, as quick as the tires are going to be wearing off here on this rough track, I think it's a little bit too early, but it's definitely a good shot.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do something that the leaders aren't doing, but I totally agree with you. It's way too early to come down and get 4 fresh tires and top off on fuel, because by the time the leaders come back down, they'll probably stay off another 30 to 40 laps on these set of tires, and you're going to be, again, unless you come back down with them, but you're going to be way on older tires than what they're going to be.
What about this? For the second week in a row, Barney has the camera facing him.
And he's ignoring us once again. He begged us for the camera last week, begged us for a camera this weekend, and won't even look at it and smile for us. Jeez Louise.
There's Al Duranko in second place. Look at Robbie Richards looking in the inside. Coming down the front straightaway, lap number 82 of 150 here at Nashville. You're watching the Bluegrass Truck Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Keith Hackney with a sizable lead coming out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. And there's Alan Duranco now coming out turn number 4. And the battle is on. The 48 to the inside. He will take over second. That's Robbie Richards in the 48 machine taking over that second spot from Alan Duranco. CJ Mason, who was running second for a long time, has fallen back to fourth. There's Taylor Peacock into 81. Wes Wiggin and David Brackett there. David Brackett with some nose damage on the hip pocket of the 88. Out of turn number 4, he looked to the inside, thought better of it. He falls back in line as they go into turn number 1.
Inside line, definitely a faster line on the track right now, especially on these older tires. Here comes, contact. Little sideways, manages to hang on to it. That's Bobby Hall Jr. and TJ Hanley. Bobby Hall Jr. does a good job to recover that machine, get it back underneath of him, but he loses a couple car lengths to TJ Hanley. As I mentioned earlier, the inside line is definitely the quicker line if you can keep a hold of your truck, but it is incredibly rough. We saw it earlier, truck bouncing nearly completely off the track, leading to the caution. Here comes Keith Hackney looking to put all the way up to our top 10, a lap down. The 3 trucks in front of him, 10th, 11th, and 12th. If he can get past those drivers, that leaves us with 9 cars on the lead lap.
Drama. Do you give a bump and run now?
That's a very good question, because that is Travis Twitty right in front of him.
I'm not worried about Keith Hackney, what he would do to Twitty. I'm worried about Twitty is going to do to Hackney.
Yeah, for sure. Right now,
That's what we're going to find out.
Ooh, and he's going to give way to Hackney. Plays it kind right there. Stays nice. Plays it nice with Keith Hackney. Props to Travis Twitty on keeping us cool there. I might have had to grit my teeth a little bit and think real hard on that one.
Yeah, Twitty was thinking the same thing. He's like, I have opportunity right now. But he's probably thinking it's way too early in the season still. And a lot of these drivers, they've been telling me that they're not going to try to let the 69 make the Final Four. So that's something to keep an eye on as you head into the playoffs with 3 races to go in the regular season here, BJ.
That it definitely is. TJ Hanley now the last car on the lead lap, right in front of Keith Hackney. Keith Hackney, though, Bobby Hall Jr. started on the pole. Now is the first car a lap down in 11th. Not the run he's looking for tonight. Nearly 6 seconds separate Hackney and Robbie Richards. Here's something kind of cool. I thought TJ Hanley was going to turn up into Hackney right there. Here is something to consider. Hackney, while working through that lap traffic, was still nearly a 10th faster than Robbie Richards in second place. That 69 machine is dialed in tonight.
Yeah, and I'm watching his pace and how fast he's lapping some of these vehicles, and it's a slim chance. I mean, cautions have to fall the right way, but he has a chance to lap the field. We only have 9 cars on the lead lap right now. He has a chance to lap the field.
Well, you're looking at lap times there.
He has 56 laps to do it.
Lap 92 is showing Hackney a half a second quicker than Robbie Richards in second. Right there, across the stripe, a half a second once again between those two drivers. If Hackney continues at the pace that he's going, I have no doubt that he will put the entire field a lap down. Granted, we still have green flag cautions to come underway. I expect to see a Hail Mary out of Keith Hackney simply because he can, and to make a move on these guys, try to put these guys even further down than what he's already got them.
Well, look at the 21 making a move there on Alan Duranco. He fell back on the last restart. Was he saving his stuff?
The way that 21 machine is looking right now, I have to think that he had to have been saving tires and caution flag waves.
Well, that eliminates the green flag pit stops.
That it does. TJ Hanley involved in that one, it looks like. Ooh.
That
Bobby
looks like
Junior
net.
tight.
Well, this is the thing. We all know in our racing, they made it, trying to make it more realistic, right? Let's look at this.
We'll call that wheel hop. Tire
That's
to
what I'm
tire.
saying. I mean, they were in the hit box there, if you want to consider it that, maybe.
Yeah, that's what we'll roll with here. They're gonna look from behind. You see Bobby Hall Jr. goes to the bottom, hits that bump, washes up, slight contact, and we'll call that wheel hop. They want wheel to wheel. It's something you normally see in open wheel racing when two open tires collide. It throws one of them up in the air, sends the car around, if not rolling. And right there, we'll go with that. We'll call it that.
As drivers make their pit stops, Keith Hackney. Well, let's see here. There's Travis Twitty. Keith Hackney on pit road. There's Alan Duranco. So Keith Hackney makes it back on track. He will come out, I believe, in fourth position. Travis Twitty now making a pit stop. He was scored your race leader. That's going to give the lead to the 4 truck of Alan Duranco. CJ Mason and Keith Hackney, your top 3 here in Nashville.
No, it's the first time we're going to see Keith Hackney in traffic.
Oh, what a breeze.
Yeah. But Duranco and Mason pitting lap 97. Hackney pitting lap 98. That is the difference that allowed those two drivers to go ahead of Keith Hackney. So traffic hasn't seemed to have been an issue for the 69 all night tonight, as he's just been working his way through lap traffic like it's nothing here tonight. So he's gonna have to get through the 4 of Alan Duranco, the 21 of CJ Mason, and hope that he can do it just as he has lap traffic all night long. The lights are out on the pace car. Everybody getting grouped up as quickly as possible. Wave arounds working their way around the track. Short way to go around tonight.
Definitely was. I think CJ and Allen are the profiteers of a green or a pit stop where the pace car was actually meeting Hackney out, but was able the pit stop actually opened before Hackney came around. Green flag's back out in the air. Alan Duranco gets a good jump on the 21 of CJ Mason. Now 69 of Keith Hackney is battling on the third place, taking the inside of the 21 of CJ Mason, battling in turn number 3. They're side by side. Now, who will have the momentum on the high side, or will it be Keith Hackney as they're side by side battling into turn number 1?
At the line, give it to Keith Hackney. There you see Mason goes a little wide there. Let's out Hackney to the inside. Hackney into turn number 3, battling with CJ Mason. This is the first time we've seen him in traffic. Coming out of turn number 4, we complete lap number 103 out of 150. We're on lap number 104. As you look at the 4 of Alan Duranco running that middle groove, Hackney trying to get the bottom to work. As we've been told all night long, the bottom's not the place to be because how bumpy the track is. You can see it there a little bit as the 69 truck kind of bounces. Like, how about Alan Duranco leading here in Nashville?
And Duranco's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's staying just a lane above that rough patch, staying right there above that first dotted line, staying smooth. Little shot to the shorts of Keith Hackney from CJ Mason. That actually kind of pushes Hackney forward a little bit, gained quite a bit of ground to the back bumper of Alan Duranco. Hackney's one of the only drivers that's been able to consistently hang on to the inside. The line, I think it's really going to come into play for Keith Hackney. The other thing to keep in mind is Hackney now trying to battle by these drivers instead of, just calmly working his way through lap traffic, battling by these drivers for position. That's going to put extra wear on his tires that he's not had to deal with all night long. Here he takes a look to the inside of Duranco. He's at his left rear tire through the corner, now to the door, down the front straightaway. Oh, contact between the two drivers, wrecking off of turn 4 further back in the field. Drivers sounds like they're able to get it going. Once again, though, the lead goes to Keith Hackney.
Was that a little bump and run there, BJ?
Well, in dirt, we would consider that a bump and run to the side. Usually on asphalt, the bump and run goes to the back bumper, though. We'll take it.
And I definitely would count that as a bump and run. But as you saw right there, it almost looked like early we saw CJ1 give Keith Hackney a little shot in the shorts right there. Actually, a caution on the speedway. Let me get back to that in a second.
42 of Ed Osborne blows his motor. Sam Dunner on the apron. Oh, and then going around. A little surprised there. He just called out, said that, yeah, he blew up.
Ran over his motor oil.
Yeah, that could have been what it was. We'll go with that because that's a little more realistic, at least.
Yeah. But as I was saying, seems like, because we all know Keith Hackney and the rest of the field don't necessarily get along. You know, his team's called No Love, and he receives no love. You know, we saw 21 give, a little shot in the shorts right there to Keith when he was passing the the 4 of Alan Duranco. And after Keith Hackney bumped the Ford and take over the lead, now on this restart, does the 4 retaliate? Does the 21 retaliate? It's Keith Hackney has put himself in a good spot for retaliations here.
This is very, very true, but now that Keith Hackney controls the restart, we've seen him all night long get massive jumps on the start, so it'd have to be a very questionable timing on a retaliation between those two drivers on this restart, I think, in order to do that. But, one thing to keep in mind is everybody's human mistakes can still happen for that 69 to allow those two drivers. They're still within striking distance. Robbie Richards within striking distance. Travis Twitty has made his way from a lap down under our last green flag run up to 5th with our pit stops that we've had. He's made his way up into 5th. He is within striking distance of this race.
He definitely is, especially if he gets up there with Keith Hackney. I expect them to not give each other any room whatsoever.
Now that would be a see.
Yes.
Tasha said, "That's my baby up there. Team No Love. And hashtag 69 is mine." That could be taken in many different ways, Tasha.
I was gonna say, okay, all right. Family friendly.
I'm gonna take it as the car number. But she left out the K.
She did leave out the K. That's what really makes it questionable. But hey, we're gonna go with family friendly here. If you
want to chat with us, get on the UDTV Facebook. We'll chat with you live. Sasha just laughing. She put smiley faces with tears going down them.
I tell you what'd be really funny is if Alan Duranco put play after his number and he's lined up beside 69.
Oh, Lord. You're under the age of 18. Play means play on a playground.
Yeah.
One thing here, back to the race. One thing too is we're nearing the end of this race, and we stacked everyone back up. So the one saying that even dirt trackers have. What's the saying, BJ?
Anyone's game.
That and cautions breed cautions.
Green flag to the rest of the race.
I'll be surprised.
Green flag back out. Keith Hackney doing exactly what we've seen him do all night long when he was controlling a restart. Good jump already. Here comes Robbie Richards. Moves right back into that 3rd position in that 48 truck. Single file in the top 3. Down into turn number 3 now. CJ Mason, Michael McCooley momentarily side by side for that 4th position. Those two will single file it out now. Top 5. Now sits Keith Hackney, Alan Duranco, Robbie Richards, CJ Mason, Michael McCooley. Taylor Peacock falls back to 6th. Travis Twitty falls all the way back to 8th on that restart.
Yeah, not a good restart for the 29 of Travis Twitty. Don't know if he spun his tires or just got freight trained, but as we see on screen right now, we got the 7 and 113 of Dana Worthington battling it out. This is not for lead lap position. Excuse me. This is one lap down, but still a good battle nonetheless.
As you look off the nose of Travis Twitty, you see the Akamai right there in front of him in the 9 truck, currently running at 8th. And then there's a whole gaggle of cars up front there.
Yeah, there is. We see side by side. That's Taylor Peacock, CJ Mason, Taylor Peacock and CJ Mason. CJ Mason gets a position. Wes Wigand gets by Michael McCooley. He's going to look to track those two drivers down now. Doing what he needs to do that was considerably faster than those two drivers just moments ago. Taylor Peacock, though, turned his fastest lap of the race at the stripe that last time by.
Well, look at Duranko still holding on to that second place, but you better watch out because Robbie Richards is looking underneath the skirt out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway.
Yeah, definitely the battle right now is starting to heat up between the 4 and the 48 of Robbie Richards. Robbie is able to lose a little bit of momentum coming out turn number 2, but it looks like he gains it back on entry, but he looks like he does lose it on the exit. So 4 of Alan Duranko is able to pull away on the straightaways, but Robbie is able to close in on the entry of the corners.
Richards and Duranko running very close lap times to our leader, Keith Hackney, the last couple of times by. Those two drivers not allowing Keith Hackney to get the run away from them is what he had earlier. But if Robbie Richards get that nose to the inside of Alan Duranko and they start battling for that position a little bit more, it's going to open the door for Hackney to continue to pull away. That last time by, a 10th difference between Hackney and Duranko. That battle starting to heat up, starting to come into play, and allowing Hackney to run away with this race even further. 26 laps to go at the stripe.
Yep, and here we go. The second and third positions are side by side as the 4 of Alan Duranko is able to get momentum and actually pulled away from the 48 and calm the battle down. As I say that, the 48 looks to keep on the inside. He does not try that, and then he gets single foul back out.
Well, we're with the butt kicker. 25 to go here at Nashville. You're watching live on Ultimate Dirt TV, simulcasted live on the Bluegrass Facebook and YouTube page and dirtfan.com. Caution on the racetrack. Josh Clemens bringing out that caution. Saw a little poof of smoke there. So I'm assuming he blew his motor.
Definitely a good chance. I would try to get to a safe spot to exit the racetrack, but does not quite make it happen. Keith Hackney was too close to him for him to be able to stop and get off the track without the caution coming out. But, you know, that stuff happens. That stuff does happen. They're being instructed from race control now, if they blow their engines, to make sure that they clutch the truck, let it roll around to where they can get down safely low enough onto the apron for the caution to not come out. And, you know, that's definitely something a lot of these drivers want to see. And holy cow, all of the lead lap drivers except for Keith Hackney and Akamai Proctor come down pit road.
This can be it.
Watching 4 tires to go on those trucks.
Well, that's going to be intramustry.
Yes, it will be intramustry. That's a new one for me. But Robbie Richards takes tires in the 48 machine. Taylor Peacock does not take tires. If he takes any, it's going to be 2 tires for the 81 machine. He moves up into third, 20 spots to the good. Akamai Proctor, 18 spots to the good. Robbie Richards takes tires. He falls back to 5th. Bobby Hall Jr., he is not falling back, but it looked like he was going to be up there in close to the top 5, sitting in 6th, but now he is falling back, heading down pit road now. So everybody from Taylor Peacock back has 2 or more fresh tires on their trucks. Keith Hackney has not pitted since lap 98. He will have 30 lap older tires than that of Taylor Peacock. Alan Duranko, Robbie Richards, Wes Wiggins, CJ Mason, Michael McCooley, and Travis Twitty. Really interesting strategies going on right now.
Yeah, but that might just be what the chef has in store for us tonight. With the 2 to 4 tire stop right there for the third place on back. It makes Keith, the leader of Keith Hackney, have to rely on a old adversary of the 9 of Akamai Proctor to help him out. Hold up the rest of that field with fresh tires, because those fresh tires are going to be blistering faster on this restart. As we hear on the radio, the leader does take the inside line. I think that's the first time he's taken the inside line all race long. And that puts Taylor Peacock, who's on 2 fresh tires, behind him.
Well, that's definitely questionable, him taking the inside when he's not done it all night long. Now he's on older tires, and he moves the inside in front of a bunch of cars that are on fresher tires.
I can see why he did it, though.
Not a move I would have made with, what's working's working. Don't fix what ain't broke,
I do agree, but however, if you take the inside line, you're blocking the car that has 2 fresh tires, and he's going to get that jump. If you're on the outside line, you get the good jump. That allows the car with 4 fresh tires to get that same jump as you did. So it's a little bit of mind game. He's trying to figure out what car. Basically, he's trying to block what car he can think on the second row. As we see on this restart, what will Keith Hackney do with Taylor Peacock and Alan Duranko behind him? Green flag back out in the air. 69 Keith Hackney does pull away, but as you see, the 81 of Taylor Peacock is able to pass Akamai Proctor. As you see, the 69 is able to pull away. The 9 is able to pull up to Taylor Peacock. Taylor Peacock's on that 2 fresh tires. The 4 fresh sets of tires is the first car is Robbie Richards in 4th place.
Well, Robbie Richards looking to the inside there. Akamai Proctor, he'll take over that 3rd spot. So you look Keith Hackney, he has Taylor Peacock in between him and Robbie Richards. Richards looking to close the gap with Peacock out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Akamai and Alan Duranko battling side by side. That's for 4th and 5th on the track. Go ahead and give it to Alan Duranko, but Keith Hackney out front here as his lead has grown to about 10 car length advantage over Taylor Peacock in the 81. And Alan Duranko hit onto the wall, bringing out your caution.
That just worked out in Keith Hackney's favor right there. But does he stay out here, or does he come in on pit road and get 4 fresh tires? If he gets tires, he's going to be in the back of the field. If he stays out, he's still in the clutches of tires with guys with fresh tires.
He made his bed. He's going to stay out.
Very, very hard hit for Alan Duranko to the outside wall. If I'm Keith Hackney, like Steve said, I'm going to stay out. Here's one thing to keep in mind. Just a couple laps ago, Keith Hackney and Robbie Richards ran the 2 fastest laps of the race. Get this, 1/100th of a second difference those 2 ran on the same lap. 30 lap older tires for Keith Hackney. I don't think he's run out of tires yet.
Well, this is the thing too. So on this restart, I don't think I would want Robbie Richards behind me. I think I would put Taylor Peacock to the inside. I would restart on the outside. Just so that way there's a buffer between him and the 48, who's on 4 fresh tires. I don't know.
Or you go caveat and you go on the inside again. You put Taylor and Robbie behind each other, and you have Wes Wiggin behind you. So it's a cat and mouse game you're playing right now if you're Keith Hackney.
Well, Richards should be starting on the inside of row number 2.
Yes, he will be. Here's another thing to keep in mind. Who does Keith Hackney want to win or want to have the points lead at the end of the night? Because row number 2 is going to be made up of our tied points leaders. That could be the difference in who comes off with the points lead at the end of the night, too.
And it most definitely can. But remember, if Keith Hackney is right there in that points battle, too. So I don't know how much a win will move him closer to that, into that 3-way, closer to the battle. But man, if he's on a tear like he's won last week, won this week, he has maximum points so far. It's going to be tough.
You know, this is what Keith Hackney needs right now. A Delaware double file restart.
Yes, he does. Where he can watch the two cars side by side in front of him, line up his truck in the middle of those two cars and hold them both back.
Mm-hmm.
A lot that
he chose the outside lane.
I mean, there's a lot Bryce has learned over the last 4 weeks. Announcing on Sunday nights on OSRN Network with Joe White. So
I learned a lot.
Learned a lot. He learned that BJ do little crazy things.
Yeah.
We're not in the booth.
And really quickly, just got word Robbie Richards gained 4 points over Wes Wiggins. So right now the leader is still Robbie Richards in points.
But as I said earlier, he did chose the opposite line of Robbie Richards and Taylor Pickup, but that puts the 8 of Wes Wiggin, who's also in 4 fresh tires, behind the leader. So you see green flag back out in the air. Again, Keith Edney got a great jump heading in turn number 1. Taylor Peacock's right behind him. Taylor and Robbie Richards able to take over that third position. Wes Wiggins get turned over turn number 2. Big contact.
And we got TJ Hanley around the 34 around of David Brackett. This all started with the 88, dead sideways on the back straightaway.
Just gets tagged from behind, continues to check up all the way back through the field before there's just another wreck. Good job, though, by Wes Wiggin to hold on to that. Ooh.
Jody Meyer says, come on, team, no love. So we know Keith Hackney brought his friends to the broadcast tonight.
Yes, he did. And, looking at that caution, looking at that replay, one thing that I really think could have stopped a lot of that caution from escalating, and a lot of those drivers from being involved in it that didn't need to be, is if some of those trucks that were spinning, some of those trucks that got spun due to that caution, if they'd have just held their brakes, one of the trucks continued to roll up towards the wall, collected a couple more, receiving contact from that. I really think some of that could have been avoided just by holding the brake. It's just something to keep in mind. Some of the drivers watching this, keep in mind, lock up your brakes if you get spun. Don't continue rolling on the track.
Well,
don't be a doofus and don't arc a brake.
I can tell you this: 13 laps to go at Williams Grove with the iRacing World Outlaw Butt Kicker Series. Evan C. leading, Dylan Wilson second, and Tucker in third. Blake Majulis currently running in 5th position.
Oh, where'd my buddy
Evan say he struggled last night. Glad to see him back up to the back up there.
He did. He struggled. He made his way up. I believe, wasn't he the hard charger, or was it someone else?
I believe Miller was hard charger. I don't back you remember.
I forget as well. But he came in 5th at the end of the night, and the person that finished in front of him got the win, or got the hard charger. I forget who that was, but Keith Hackney once again chooses the outside. I can actually tell you in just a second who got hard charger.
And that puts Michael McCauley behind the leader of Keith Hackney here on this restart. Again, that puts Taylor Peacock and Robbie Richards together on this restart. Wes Wiggin is back down to 8th place.
Well, and Mike Augustine got it.
Mike Augustine, how about that? Well, you're looking for some more action here in Nashville. What do we turn to tomorrow night?
We are here at the same place of the Xfinity Series. And same place, same time with the Cup Series on Wednesday.
So maybe this Wednesday night, somebody not mentioning names won't call in sick. Oh, Travis St. Clair upside down at Williams Grove. Caution with 8 laps to go. But we're fixing to go back green racing here at Nashville. Keith Hackney, your race leader. Taylor Peacock in second. Keith Hackney on the loud pedal. We're back to racing.
That was a great start by the 81 of Taylor Peacock, but Keith Hackney is able to get out to a decent-sized lead. Now he pulls a gap. He's gapping the guys there on the backstretch.
Well, the 48 made a little mistake there. He drops back to 6, battling with Bobby Hall Jr., who was your pole sitter earlier tonight. 3 laps to go for Keith Hackney.
Good recovery from Bobby Hall Jr. to make his way back up into 6th. Was momentarily putting pressure on Robbie Richards. Now Richards was putting pressure into 3. Oh, and CJ Mason trouble in the 21 machine. 2 trucks involved. They managed to... Oh, I thought they had it recovered.
Oh, Twitty.
Hard hit.
They're still wrecking.
Parking lot on the front stretch. $15.
Guys. I think some of these people want to install their brake pedal.
All right, Deer Truck Series. Just letting you know, every single one of you tonight, if you're going to listen to this race later on this week, every single one of you are getting an Are You Serious moment this week for your damn market breaking. Lock it down. Seriously, it's not that hard.
Ron Morris Jr. ends up on the side. Looks like that's going to be his night.
And Steve, I did hear your comment about Wednesday, and I will be here.
He will be here. Man, I'm not feeling good now.
It's amazing. He's never sick on road courses.
Hey, no. I didn't miss the road course because they were at Sonoma.
You wasn't here last week.
Nope, you
wasn't
weren't here
here
for Sonoma.
I know. I'm saying you said I'm never sick for road courses, but they rode road course, and I was actually working, not sick.
Likely
making that overtime.
He called it sick to me to get overtime.
Likely excuse he was off working. Who works these days? I mean, come on.
I mean, you know,
me?
y'all younger generation don't believe in work. We know that.
Shoot. I always work.
Right?
I work probably, I would say, 300, 400 hours in the last month and a half. So,
Look at you.
yeah. Part of that generation doesn't want to work.
Well,
So,
300 to 400 hours in the last month and a half. Now I got to do some math here.
it's about 50 hours a week.
oh, that's nothing.
Yeah,
50 plus hours a week.
Child's play.
No, but a lot of it was, 24-hour shifts. So,
Well,
I've done that before.
yeah.
It's no
Not
fun.
fun.
I'll give you that much.
Yep, not fun.
It's also illegal,
so,
but hey.
so do you go to people's houses and work on their refrigeration stuff, or only in the businesses?
Commercials. So out here in the Kansas City area, we have Hy-Vees, Price Shoppers, Aldi's. We take care of all of them. We take care of the Walmarts out here. We do all their HVACs and their refrigeration systems. So everyone in the supermarkets, you reach into their their freezer aisles, their cooler, the produce, stuff like that. We take care of that. So if they go down, they call us. Yep. Pipe Fitters Local 533 here in Kansas City, Missouri. Represent.
All right, the lights go out. Green, white, checkered here at Nashville with the Bluegrass Truck Series.
One thing I'm saying too, he's always putting Tyler Peacock and Robbie Richards next to each other. He has Michael McCauley behind him for now his third or fourth restart in a row.
I would say he's a pretty smart man.
It's worked out for him so far.
Dylan Cribs, TNL, there you go. All right, Keith Hackney dropping his meat on the pedal. We're back to racing here at Nashville.
Quit dropping. Oh, Taylor Peacock round.
Michael McCauley, that is now 2 times. There was a scoring error as they were coming to green. Someone did blink out as they were coming to green, and now people have been disqualified due to that incident. It's all under further review. And that is now the second time Michael McCauley has got into somebody. He is not gaining any friends here tonight.
No, he definitely is not. Taylor Peacock, the victim of that one, now heads to the tail end of the lead lap. Travis Twitty, the driver that got disqualified on that restart, sounded very, very heated over race comms. And can't really say I blame him. Who is that going around?
Well, you can't really, I mean, it's scoring, time scoring. Mistakes happen. Happens on the dirt side just as much as it does on the asphalt side. But, we're going to do another green-white checker here. And guess what they're doing at Williams Grove?
A green-white
checker.
That's right, with Evan Senior race leader Ed Dylan Wilson.
And one thing too I want to bring up in our league is Travis Twitty did get his black flag clear. He is now back in the race.
Okay.
Sorry, Steve. Have they taken the green yet?
No, they're still pacing.
Watch them go green as soon as we go green.
It's a long way around Williams Grove.
No, they're going to beat us. Pace truck just pulled into the infield at Williams Grove.
That's a tense.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Steve.
Green, white, checkered, and they're giving people colonoscopies in that race. So,
for sure.
You got to ask BJ by saying to the drivers last night when we had a single file restart. I have a famous saying.
We don't allow free colonoscopies at World of Thunder, so keep your nose out of each other's rear ends.
With doctors
I like it.
Doctors charge, so let them charge for it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So Evan C. comes home with that win. And it's going to be Dylan Wilson and Kendall Tucker, the top 3 for the Butt Kicker World of Outlaws Super Late Models Williams Grove race. And one of the victims of that restart was actually Blake Majulis. But lights are out on the track here at Nashville. Keith Hackney chooses the outside once again. He's lining up right in front of Robbie Richards. That one's a little bit surprising. I would have expected him to go to the track that's a little more damaged of Bobby Hall Jr. on the inside, but he chooses the outside here.
Yeah, very interesting decision by Keith Hackney. But as you see, the 15 is actually rubbing up against the 69 right here, trying to see if he can stall the restart.
Green flags out. We're on board with Robbie Richards. Go to turn number 1.
Oh, Robert Richards tagged. Oh, no.
That's 3.
Oh, man.
Oh, and there's Hall sideways.
Oh, man. I thought the monkey was going to be off the back of Robbie Richards.
That was some intranet issues. I was going to say that.
Yeah. I think either way, though, excuse me, it's probably loud. Even if they were in real life, that would have been a series of contact right there.
Yes.
I don't know if I would label that net code, honestly.
We didn't. That's the reason why we said. That's what we said.
But now we're on the final attempt at a green-white checkered. Here in Bluegrass, we only get 3 attempts to finish out the race under green. So next flag, no matter what it is, caution or the checkered, finishes the race.
Saw the 15 make a little bobble there.
That 15 does not have friends out on the track. We have now the two most polarizing figures in the truck series are now 1 and 2. But now we have, Taylor Peacock has worked his way back up to 4th place. Bobby Hall Jr. is now in 3rd. Bobby Hall has been strong all night long, but does have a little bit of that front end damage. Taylor Peacock also has damage too. Wes Wiggin has damage. Robbie has damage. And then Brian, how about Brian up 20 positions in 7th place? You have TJ Hanley in 8th. And starting 1 lap down, you got Akamai Proctor in 9th. And 3 laps down is the 4 of Alan Duranko, rounding out your top 10.
10th place, 3 laps down. That's insane. Keith Hackney chooses the outside once again, putting Michael McCooley to his inside. Taylor Peacock's going to be lined up right behind the race leader here on the restart. Bobby Hall Jr. got his 3rd spot back. He's lined up on the inside of Taylor Peacock now.
I don't know if I want to be on the outside of the 15.
Nope. It seems like he has a big net-coated area around him. So if I'm Peacock or Hackney, I want to keep one more clean restart and getting away from him. And if I'm Peacock or Hall, I am not getting near the 15. I'm doing everything I can to get on his inside and not getting on his outside. Seems like the outside has always had a big gap or big netcoat issue. So if you're 3rd or 4th place, keep that in mind.
All right, that pace car looking to the inside. Green, white, checkered. Here we are. Keith Hackney, he throws the meat on the pedal. We're racing here at Nashville. 2 laps to go for Keith Hackney. The 15. In that 2nd spot there, look at Taylor Peacock in at 81 to 3rd. Richards falls back to 4th. Nelly, there's the 94.
Save it. Does he?
White flag is out.
Nope. Caution flag does wave. That does end the race. Where they stand now is the final scoring of the race, ending under caution here tonight.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, BJ. A little bit of retaliation was going on right there.
Keith Hackney picking up the win. McClooley, Peacock, Richards, and Wiggin, your top 5. Take a look at your replay. The 48 to the outside on this restart. In 1 and 2 out of turn number 2. Or was that the back straightaway?
That's the wrong replay.
That is.
It happened in turns 3 and 4.
There we go. Bobby Hall Jr. there to the inside of the 48. It looked like he just came up a tad bit, made contact with the 48, and around he goes.
He just got a little too hot right there.
Tough luck for Bobby Hall Jr. Had some issues earlier in the race, was on a comeback, and then ends it like that.
Well, let's take a look at your official results. Keith Hackney, Michael McClooley, Taylor Peacock, Robbie Richards, Wes Wiggin, Brian Terry, TJ Hanley, Bobby Hall Jr., Alan Duranko, Travis Twitty, your top 10.
11th is going to be Akamai Proctor, Alex Healy in 12th, Daniel Worthington 13th, Ron Morris Jr. 14th, David Brackett 15th, CJ Mason 16th, Jason Bridges 17th, 18th is going to be Josh Clemens, 19th is going to be Ed Osborne, 20th Peyton Hubbard.
21st, Josh Abbey. 22nd, Nathan Ashcroft. 23rd, Jason White. 24th place is Adam Newbert. 25th is Gary Dvorsky. 26th is Brad Gapehart. And our race and fearless leader, Jason Collins, drives at the field in 27th.
All right, as we get ready for post-race interviews. All right, picking up the win tonight in truck number 69K. It's Keith Hackney from Calhoun, Georgia. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Well, making statements little by little. Those statements we were kind of disappointed in you tonight.
Yeah, I just had a very entertaining season so far, ups and downs. And just like I told y'all last week, there's been several I've been close to. I should have won. And I about gave this one up too. On that last call, well, I can't say last caution, but there was a caution. I went to go pit and I locked the tires up and I couldn't get on pit road. So I just drove around and I was hoping nobody see me and they was going to wait. But I ended up getting passed by 2 because they pitted. But I don't know. I think the more rubber this track took, the faster it got. I feel. I don't know. It's just the set was really good. I think the long run tires was better than fresh tires. And that's the reason why I didn't pit when I think everybody behind me did. I was very good on the restarts. I was playing mind games, bottom top, just trying to figure out, if either line had more rubber. Just either way, man, I felt really good all night. Honestly, I was planning on lapping the field, if you want my honest opinion, but couldn't get to that because of 997 cautions. But we'll take it, man, and it's a very good showing, and we should be points leader after this race, and I can't wait to go to Watkins Glen next week.
So you know why we were disappointed, right?
Well, I kind of have an idea. It might have to do with my paint scheme.
Maybe that's it. You're right. You're right. You got to entertain us week after week.
Yeah, I had some other entertaining paints that was put out there today, and it kind of hurt some people's feelings. Not in these trucks though, so I kind of have to do like one per week, I guess. And who knows? We'll come up with something next week.
All right, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible.
Man, I gotta thank Team No Love. It's just unbelievable this team and what they're capable of doing. Any given night across the board, any class that we run on here. Elite Performance, they're great people to work with and just awesome people to have backing you. NH Lens, you need some photos done, I got you. Custom Cabinets by Keith, Race Page Pro, Dominator Designs, KC Speedworks. Man, it's just unbelievable. I'm just ecstatic right now about everything and how far this program's came here this season. Thanks for Jason for putting this on, y'all for broadcasting this, and hopefully I can make another topic in y'all's podcast this week.
For what I've seen tonight, you definitely will, my friend.
Absolutely, man. Oh, and I got to give a shout out to Tasha and Tato. They in the other room watching.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win, it's Keith Hackney with his 4th win of the season. Coming home in second tonight, go ahead. Bryce Hunter is caught up with him.
Oh, Michael McCall, your mic's muted. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
All right. Well, it seems that you coming to the final green-white checkers there. You got kind of tied up in some stuff. What did you feel in the car?
I didn't feel any contact with that. I know everybody's going to have what they want to say, but when those contacts were made, nothing popped up on my screen, no contact, nothing. So I don't know if there's a little bit of net code going on at the end. I know we had some people with connection issues, but I had nothing. I felt nothing in the car.
That's very interesting because I know we saw on the replays, you kind of had a decent gap between you and a couple drivers during the incidents. But moving on from that, on the final restarts, you were in second place behind Keith. Did you think you had anything for him?
No, I had nothing for him. This honestly was actually my first time on this track tonight. Bought the track today, so
me too.
I'll take a P2. I can't complain. Never ran here, so didn't know what I was really doing. I was just hoping stay out of trouble, try to keep it clean as much as I could, and it wound up P2. Needed a good points night.
Absolutely. Well, you definitely did that. Do you have any sponsors, family members, or setup shops you want to shout out tonight?
Well, I'm sponsorless right now. So,
Okay.
just everybody that's helped me with iRacing. I've been in other leagues, and everybody that's helped me. I mean, everybody. That's one thing I know with the iRacing community. Basically, everybody's out here to help you. Everybody wants to improve. So, just everybody that's made this helps out with iRacing and everything. Everybody that runs the league, you guys for doing the broadcast, the sponsors, just everybody involved with this league. Appreciate it, and it's a fun league.
Yeah, definitely. No, thank you for the kind words. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your second place finisher of Michael McCauley.
All right, BJ caught up with your third place finisher tonight.
That's right. I've caught up with the driver, the number 81 machine, Taylor Peacock. Taylor, you came home in third tonight, 20 spots to the good. Involved in a caution earlier in the race, managed to work your way up there. Walk us through that race a little bit.
Yeah, man, I had a lot of fun tonight. Nashville's a fun track for sure. Yeah, it's been a few weeks since I've been able to race, so I was able to race tonight and got myself in. Wasn't able to qualify, unfortunately, but so I knew I needed to take it easy and buy my time. And sure enough, people started weeding themselves out. People get caught up in some wrecks, and I finally worked my way in the top 10. And yeah, just a fun, solid night. Just try to stay out of trouble. Trouble found me one time or two times, but that's Nashville for you.
The track, we saw it throughout the broadcast. We know the inside line here at Nashville is extremely rough. I saw you running the high side a lot. Was that more of just a comfort thing, staying out of that rough on the bottom? Did you feel like you're faster up there? Just playing it safe.
Yeah, a little of all that. That bump getting into on the bottom of 1 and 2, that can be treacherous. I found it plenty of times in practice. I knew I wanted to avoid that at all costs. There for the longest time, that run off of the high line, once the tires got worn out, it was hard to pass. Just trying to make laps, let the race wind down, and yeah, take her easy.
Definitely worked out for you in the end, rolling off in third. Go and thank sponsor shout outs to everybody who helps make it possible.
Think got everybody at Misfits. Always fun to run with those guys. Ed Osborne, Robbie Richards, he was right behind me. Adam Newbert. Thanks to Jason for putting this on. It's fun to be back. I definitely will be back next week in the weeks to come. You guys for doing your broadcast. I can't wait to go back and watch it. The kids love watching it, so keep up the good work. And that's all I got. Thank you guys.
All right, and that is Taylor Peacock. Congratulations again on your third place finish. Steve?
All right, this is going to conclude our broadcast here in Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll be here tomorrow night, same time, same place. I'm Steve McMillan with Bryce Hunter and BJ Duvall. We're going to say good night. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.
Can I say something real quick, Steve?
Go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So as you know, we do have a podcast now going live weekly. Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Bluegrass Race Hub will debut with our third episode this week. So pay attention to our Spotify and our YouTube.
All right. Until tomorrow night. Good night, everyone.